Hello, and welcome to our session, ZoweOut, the interactive learning experience. My name is Richelle Craw.
And I'm Jessielaine Punongbayan, and we are software engineers here in Broadcom. So, open source tooling dominates app dev. GitHub, Jenkins, and Visual Studio Code, these open source tools are everywhere. And what we like about open source tooling is that it gives you the ability to build on top of it. And today we are going to talk about what we built on top of Zoe.
So, we built something on top of Zoe when we joined the Open Mainframe Virtual Hackathon. So, what is a hackathon? So, this is an event typically lasting several days in which a large number of people meet to engage in collaborative computer programming. So, last February, Open Mainframe Project started this Zoe Virtual Hackathon, and it focused on innovation on all things Zoe. So we won this event, and we are going to discuss today what we built and how we built it.
Yeah. So before we begin, let's have a brief background of who we are. We are mainframe developers, um, and we started our career developing solutions for 3270. And honestly, as I've started in development as a mainframe developer, I've always been fascinated by using 3270. It is very old school and uncommon that it made me feel very special. And I remember one time that there was this announcement from our company that that they have updated mainframe, and I thought to myself like, wow, this old technology that looks so old school is still being updated.
Yeah.
And so with that, we thought like, or I thought to myself like, wow, what's more out there for mainframe? And now we are currently R&D engineers here in Broadcom. We're working for the Zowe project. And for those who doesn't know, Zowe is an open source project that is hosted by Open Mainframe, and it offers modern interfaces to interact with ZOS. And the goal for this project
Mhm.
is to make mainframe open. And as we are working here, we are able to witness different kinds of technologies that is being developed. There are REST APIs, there are IDEs, there are CLIs, web desktop, and even mobile application. And that fascination that I've been talking about, like fascination for 32s for terminals, and asking like what's more out there for mainframe, seeing all of these new technologies, it prompted me to ask that question again, like what's more out there for mainframe.
And that's a good question because we have witnessed mainframe evolve throughout the years with our career. And so now in our mindset, we think, well, what about the next generation? So the next generation of mainframers have this new knowledge, new perspectives, and they will join the mainframe community. So we tried to think of how can this new mainframe improve the platform and make it better.
Mm-hmm.
And more importantly, how can we help in that goal? So that's where we thought of ZoweOut, the interactive learning experience.
Exactly. And what is ZoweOut? ZoweOut, just like Rochelle said, it's an interactive learning experience that allows you to learn more about mainframe and the different components of Zoe. So what are the components of Zoe? It's the CLI, there's this API mediation layer, there's the web desktop, the VS Code extension, and the mobile application. And in this idea, we created it as a form of a
Yeah.
gamification where there's a self-paced interactive tutorial course. There are hands-on experiences that are available, and it features a step-by-step guide that includes tutorial links to videos and other resources. So we call it as a fun way to learn more about mainframe.
Exactly.
And one goal that we have for this idea is to ask this question: what more can I do with mainframe?
The architecture behind ZoweOut was inspired by our previous Zowe Hackathon project. In Broadcom's internal Zowe hackathon, Jelly and I, along with our colleagues David and Marqueta, came up with a Zowe mobile application. Here, we used open source tools like Angular and Ionic for the mobile client side. And for the mainframe side, we used the authentication service of the Zowe API mediation layer. We also used the Zowe API mediation layer to dynamically discover ZSMF REST APIs as well as the ZOS services that provided the core functions we needed. In this case, we mostly used the job services found in Zowe for the mobile application. Since then, this Zowe mobile application became part of Zowe as an incubation project. You can check out our repository and contribute on Zowe on the Go, which is under Zowe's GitHub repository. We learned so much from this experience that it inspired us to find other creative ways to use the technology. We asked ourselves, what more can we build from this? So this is the technology behind ZoweOut. Here, we used the UI toolkit provided by Ionic Development Framework for building the web application. We also used Angular as the development platform with our code written in HTML and TypeScript. The idea is that the users will log into the web application, which contains Zowe on Docker, as well as a mock ZSMF API server. It is interesting to note here that this Zowe on Docker was not an original idea from us, but it was another product of the same Broadcom Zowe hackathon we attended. And this is also now contributed to Zowe. So if you want, you can check it out and try it for yourself. The idea of this Dockerization and mock APIs is that the web application would not be connected to a real system that will be affected by the training game. This will also make it lightweight, as it will not make real API calls to many systems, for example, and this is what we would have used. On the other hand, the mock ZSMF API calls makes the experience real to the users, as if they are connected to the mainframe.
Yes.
This is a combination of technologies that are generally available to everyone, and we just reimagined it to make it into a game for learners of mainframe.
Yes. So, but enough talk, Let's just show you a sample of the project that we have done. My name is Jessielaine Punongbayan, and I am a mainframe developer. I started as a mainframe application developer. I remember being fascinated by the idea of writing code using a terminal. And as my career progressed, I learned more and more about the tools that other companies are developing for mainframe. And that got me thinking, what's more out there for mainframe? My interest grew more and more when I started working for the Zowe project. This is a project hosted by Open Mainframe, and the goal for this is to make mainframe open. I saw different technologies such as REST API, web desktop, IDEs, and even mobile applications that are being developed to communicate with mainframe. Starting from the fascination of developing code using the green screen, now I can see developers integrating modern technologies and making it run with mainframe. Again, what's more out there for mainframe? As technology progresses and new developers with new knowledge of modern technologies join the mainframe community, you can't help but think, how can this next generation of developers help in improving mainframe, making it to a more stronger platform. And that's where we thought of ZoweOut. It is an interactive learning experience that allows you to learn more about mainframe and the different components of Zowe, such as the CLI, the web desktop, the VS Code extension, and also the mobile application. It is in the form of a game, wherein self-paced interactive tutorial course and hands-on experiences are available. It is a step-by-step guide with checkpoints that includes links to tutorial videos and other resources. It is a fun way to gain more knowledge about mainframe. The goal for this interactive learning experience is to ask the question, what more can you do with mainframe? Mainframe is a powerful platform, and we can make it even more powerful if we combine it with the technology that we have today. And training such as this can help boost that process. I am excited to see what you are going to come up with when you ask yourself, what more can I do with mainframe? Hello, today I'm going to show you a demo of the ZoweOut project that we have. And this is the sample homepage of that project. So the idea is that when you access or when you started this web application, there will be a login screen where you can create your own profile, where you can sign up, create your own profile, you can have your own avatar, and you will have this ability to save your progress whenever you you play this game or you go to this learning app. And that is still a work in progress. But so far, this is the homepage. So when you log in, this is the page that will will be shown to you. You can select in these styles what are the learnings that you wanted to learn. So this is like Zoe focus. So we have these four components. So for example, you wanted to learn Zoe Explorer. You can click this style, and then there will be tasks here that you can do. So for example, the samples that we have is that you can create a profile, you need to create a data set, upload the data set, or submit a job. And these tasks are locked. So if you haven't finished the first task, then the second task will be locked. And to be able to finish this first task, there are instructions that you can click on. Um, if you don't know how to do it, you can click I need help. And if you do this I need help, there will be like a links to the tutorials that we have prepared for you to watch, and you can access them anytime. But let's say you have watched them and you know the instructions. If you click I'm done, and let's say you select this test, and once you hit verify, what it will do, or what we are planning to do, is to fire this mock APIs that we have in the Docker containers that you have started. So this web application has a server under Docker where there are fake APIs or fake ZOSMF APIs, and it will trigger like the it will check those APIs, and then you have this, and it will verify if what you have done is correct or based on the response of the API. So why the reason why we have this Docker container is that so that you don't need a mainframe server, a real mainframe server, to be able to create these exercises, and you can have it in your own machine. You can start it whenever you want, and I think that portable Docker server that you can have for yourself is like really useful in your learning as well. So once you click verify, it will fire that API and then check it if it's correct. Once it is checked that it is correct, then it can trigger the next style that you can work on, and you can start doing this task. And similar to the first one, when you're done, you can click I'm done, and then it will it will trigger the next one, and then you can save that progress. Obviously, this demo is not complete yet, and it is still a work in progress. And there are more ideas of creating leaderboards where um other people can, I don't know, see your progress, and more ideas for the UI, improvements for UI, and more ideas to integrate more gamification in this web application. But yeah, we'll see in the future, and hopefully, um, in the future we will see that this application will be a full working um tutorial app for all Zoe learners or for all mainframe learners out there.
So what did we learn when we joined this hackathon? So we definitely learned new technologies. We learned more about Ionic, uh, how to how to process HTTP requests,
Mm-hmm.
iterating over NG modules of Angular, for example, routing and navigation. And we also learned more about Ionic. We use the UI components now for a web app, and then we had to use CLI as well. And because this is a web app, we had to learn web browser development tools. So since there's two of us in this hackathon, we did pair programming and we tried to make sure that we did modular coding so we didn't have to write code twice or multiple times. As well as it was fun learning about Docker technology to incorporate it in this project.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And what's next for us? This project is currently in discussion with our education team regarding hosting of this product. We definitely need to improve more of the UX and the UI, and as well as to work on the integration of the Docker containers to start the servers for the ZSMF mock APIs.
So all in all, what we created is a game for learners. And because we believe that mainframe can be more powerful if we can combine it with the technology of today. So it's not to dismiss one, but to involve something else, to involve modern technology so that we can make a better platform.
Exactly.
And we believe that trainings like ZoweOut can help boost that process. So it's not just really for new people, but if you are a learner of all ages, then I think this could help.
Yep. And personally, I'm excited to see what you can come up with. When you ask this question, what more can I do with mainframe?
So if you are also excited in building on top of open source projects, Broadcom can help you get started. So there are this Broadcom offerings which are offered for no fee, and just let us know how we can help.
Exactly. So thank you for attending our session, and I hope you learned something today.